Hello everyone, welcome to CV Talks. So today I want to talk to you about how to make your life interesting and not boring. Why I'm talking about this is because so many people tell that their life is very boring, and you won't believe this statement comes actually from even young kids or maybe even teenagers. They are talking about their life sucks, their life is boring. Whereas if you ask me, my life is very interesting. I mean, I enjoy each and every day of my life. So I just thought I'll give you 3 tips to make your life interesting. Are you ready? Okay, so number 1 is that have different kinds of activities in a day itself. Okay, now don't have any day where you have to do only one type of activity. So if you start the day with let's say you go for a walk, you do some exercises, you do some meditation or whatever, that's your morning routine. I'm not going into that. Whatever is your morning routine, you can. But in a day, have chunks of activities which are very different from one another. For example, if you have online meetings on a, let's say, particular type of business or particular type of thing, in the afternoon make sure that you go out and do something else. Okay, every week have at least one activity which will be entertaining for you, or which is just to plainly to relax and unwind yourself. Okay, so this is also important. And along with this, also make sure that you meet different kinds of people. Being and meeting same people or being with the same kind of people every day is also a little boring. So always try to get to know new people as well as new situations and new activities. Okay, so this is how you this is the first tip I have. So the first tip is to have different kinds of activities in your life. Okay, now what is the second tip? The second tip is to be a continuous learner. Okay, now being a continuous learner requires that you spend at least half an hour or even 1 hour in a day to learn new things. Okay, to learn things which of your interest, and again which is from different domains. Okay, so sometimes maybe for me, like I'm a businesswoman, I do read and as well as learn more about business and different kinds of subjects connected to business as well as other areas. For example, I read poems, I read about astronomy. Sometimes I read about environment, I read about food, so wellness. I mean, different kinds of subjects if you can read about or watch videos which are connected to that. I mean, the more you have different kinds of interests, the more life will become exciting. Okay, instead of just focusing on one domain, whichever is your work domain. Okay, the third tip is very interesting. This is about saying yes to opportunities. Okay, now I have to attribute this quote to Richard Branson. I don't know whether it is his quote, but I saw this quote with his name and it goes like this: if you're given any opportunity and you find it very exciting and you do not know whether to accept it or not, say yes to it anyway. Okay, and then learn how to do it. Okay, so I think this is a very key interesting aspect of anyone who have an interesting life. I mean, if you think that opportunity is exciting, then don't even wait for others' suggestions or comments or start thinking, okay, whether I don't know whether I'll be able to do this. Just go ahead, say yes to it, try doing it, try learning to do it, and even if you fail in it, let me tell you, all your efforts, imagine 99% of your efforts are wasted. You spend 2 months of doing something and then you find that that's not working out. It's okay. It's 100% okay. You can still learn something out of that. I have to tell about my personal recent incident where I tried to actually produce a short film and then the project actually went on. Initially the pre-production works were going on very well. For 2 months I was behind it. I worked day in and night out, and every single hours. Like I had spent like 14 hours in a day working towards making it fruitful, but it did not take off. So many reasons were there behind. One of the reasons was that it was not the fund was not raised at time, so I had to quit that project. I felt very miserable at that time, but looking back, now it's been a few months since I dropped that project. I know much better things in a new domain, which is totally new for me, but I excitedly, or rather I enjoyed that journey of learning the things about the movie making industry. And then today I'm able to understand, or rather when I watch new movies or when I interact with movie makers, I'm able to converse better with them. Okay, and I'm sure this failed project is going to probably come out in some other form in some years down the lane. So these are the three things. I mean, basically, one, always have different activities or different work in a day. Don't just keep doing one thing in a day. Second, have a continuous learning mindset. Spend at least half an hour to 1 hour in a day to learn new things. Okay. And thirdly, as I said, say yes to all exciting opportunities and then figure out how you can do it. All right. So these are some of my tips, and these are things which I follow for myself, and I think I lead a very interesting life because of that. Now, this again, interesting doesn't mean that it is full of happiness. Of course, that is another area or another subject to be spoken about in another CONTINOUSLEARNER talks. I'll come with that. But for me personally, because this is my way of doing things, this is my style of doing things, this is the multitasking way of doing things, I enjoy. And I find happiness in all these activities. So that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.